Hey guys, you're watching That Tattoo Chick. This is a video over the history of the Malleus Malificarum. The last video that I posted, I was saying, like every other fucking word. So, I'm gonna try not to do that this time. I can't guarantee it won't happen, but I'm gonna try. So, the Malleus Malificarum was written by a man by the name of Heinrich Kramer. He was a German priest. And he was kind of viewed by the other clergy as being a psychopath. He wasn't very popular. They thought that he was an extremist and that his views were just so outlandish and out there. He actually believed that witches could make men's penises walk off of their bodies in the middle of the night and just disappear. So, of course, you know, people in the Middle Ages weren't very bright, but they weren't completely stupid either. And they just kind of saw him as this radical, crazy person that wasn't really well accepted. They believed he was a sexual deviant because he just went on and on and on about the sexual practices of witches. And he was just viewed as so out there that nobody really wanted to have anything to do with him. He had very little authority whatsoever. And he certainly was not viewed as an authority on witchcraft at the time. So, the only reason that he got any kind of notoriety or fame at all is when he started writing the Malleus Malificarum. He brought the Maleficarum to the Pope, who at the time was also very superstitious and scared of witches and witchcraft and what they could do, and didn't actually read the Malleus Malificarum for himself. He was just kind of like, oh, okay, this is cool, you're doing research, absolutely, and wrote him out a document giving him permission to continue in his studies. And he assigned another priest by the name of James Springer. Sorry, I had to remember there for a second. Assigned him another priest named James Springer to help him in his work. Well, Kramer took that as a full endorsement of his book. That's not what it was, but that's what he took it as. And when he presented the Malleus Malificarum with this document to the courts and the judicial system, they pretty much laughed him out because they were like, this is not an endorsement. So, they pretty much laughed him out and he fell out of favor. Then he ended up forging a document, ended up forging an endorsement. Sorry, I got kind of sidetracked. A friend of mine's over there. Forging an endorsement, and when that came to light, he fell even further out of favor. So, Kramer was not very well looked upon at all. The only reason the Malleus Malificarum became as popular as it did was because when the witch trials started, when the Inquisition started, the judges had no idea, the judges and the priests had no idea what they were looking for, how to even start identifying witches, how to even interrogate them or prove that they were witches. They had no idea how to go about doing this. And the only document that was available to them at that time that gave them an in-depth, in-depth way of doing this was the Malleus Malificarum. So that's what they did. That's what they used because it was the only thing they had. Later in the Inquisition, other books became available, such as the Compendium Maleficarum. And from what I've come to understand, I haven't read the Compendium, but from what I've come to understand, it actually portrays a more accurate view of how trials were executed and what people actually believed about witches during the burning times. The Malleus Malificarum does not do that. If you're looking for an accurate historical viewpoint of the people at that time, the Malleus is not what you're looking for. The reason that I'm using the Malleus Malificarum is because it is the most popular, it's the most well-known, and it's really the most extreme book written by from an inquisitor's point of view. So that's why I chose to do it over this one. Like I said, it's the most popular. It's the one that most witches know of as the Witch's Hammer. The book that spurred the Inquisition. Even though it wasn't even used throughout the majority of the Inquisition, it was the kicker. And not even... The book itself didn't start the Inquisition, but it was the only guideline on how to conduct an Inquisition. So that's what they used. Anyway, I hope that you guys have fun with this. I hope that you guys choose to study with me. The next video is going to be part 1, question 1, and I'm going to be breaking that down. Feel free to leave your comments. Feel free to discuss with me. All that good stuff. I'm looking forward to it. I think I'm going to have a lot of fun with this. The book is such a dry read that this kind of spices it up for me. So that's why I'm doing this, because it makes it more fun for me. That's it. I'm going to be honest with you. But if anybody else has any kind of knowledge or anything like that they'd like to share, any opinions, interpretations, anything like that, I'd be more than happy to hear it. I'd be more than happy to, share. So... I'm done with this video. I've tried recording this video so many times, just like the other one. So, I'm just going to go ahead and publish this one. Hope you guys enjoy the series. Merry meet, merry part, until we merry meet again. Blessed be.